Are you a Southern California resident, perhaps LA, Orange County, San Diego, and you're tired of the traffic, the high cost of living, or just the fast-paced life? Are you dreaming of a more relaxed, scenic lifestyle? Well, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'm going to give you a comprehensive guide to moving from Southern California to the central coast of California. I'm going to cover everything from cost of living and local culture to the best communities and essential moving tips. Stick around till the very end because by the end, you'll know if the Central Coast is the perfect place for you to call home. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you'll be the first to know when I post more information about moving to and from the Central Coast of California. I'm Bruce Carson with Keller Williams Realty Central Coast. I get phone calls, text messages, and emails from people just like you looking to move to the coast every single day, and I absolutely love it. So let's dive in. Today we're talking about moving from Southern California to Central Coast. Okay, well, let's be real. The Central Coast is a totally different world. It's less of a concrete jungle, and it's more of an agricultural beach paradise with breathtaking views, wineries, and more. The first major difference you'll notice is the pace of life. Here, things slow down. They literally call San Luis Obispo slow, S-L-O. There is less traffic, shorter commutes, and a strong sense of community. The Central Coast is known for its farm to table culture and wine country, not its rush hour gridlock. Okay, so the Central Coast isn't a monolith. Each town has its own personality, and finding the right one is key to a happy move. So behind me is a map of San Luis Obispo County. When we go to the very top up here, we're going to have Paso Robles, Atascadero, Cambria, Los Osos. Those are all in the northern part of the county. And then when we go down south, the Central Coast includes all of San Luis Obispo County. So it goes all the way down to Napomo, and then it goes into northern Santa Barbara County. So we're going to talk about these each town. So let's get started with San Luis Obispo. I love this map because they spelled San Luis Obispo wrong. Whoop, there it is. It's a great map, but it's spelled wrong. It's San Luis Obispo, L-U-I-S. So San Luis Obispo is right in the heart of San Luis Obispo County. It's home to Cal Poly. It's a vibrant college town with a bustling downtown, fantastic farmers markets, and endless outdoor activities. It's often called the happiest place in America. The reason why it's called the happiest place in America is it's very warm, it's very sunny. There are a lot of sunny days in San Luis Obispo, more so than some of the other towns right here in the county. And it's really important for people that are thinking about moving here to understand that. So San Luis Obispo, if you like the sun and you like warm weather, San Luis Obispo is a very nice Mediterranean climate for you to live in. Lots of sun, not as much fog as some of the other areas, and it is a really good, fun, happy place. San Luis Obispo is a fairly big town, and there are a lot of people there, and the schools are there. So there's a good mix of people of all ages in San Luis Obispo. Now, as we move down south, I'm pointing the wrong way, right down here to Pismo Beach. So Pismo Beach is a great place for people that love the coast. We have a phenomenal, big, giant beach here, very mild climate, and just kind of think about that classic California beach town with beautiful bluffs and, of course, our famous pier. It's a popular tourist spot, but the residential areas are fantastic in Pismo Beach. Now, here in Pismo, I say here in Pismo because that's where I'm coming to you from today. We get cooler climate, more fog because of the marine layer, and a really nice, cool, literally chill place to live. So also next to Pismo Beach, we have Grover Beach, we have Arroyo Grande and Oceano. All of those towns that I just mentioned are called the five cities. Pismo Beach, Grover Beach, Arroyo Grande, Oceano, and a little teeny tiny town called Halcyon. They call it the five cities. It's just easier. All these little towns are packed together into one area. I kind of wish they just called it the five cities and just gave us a zip code, but they didn't. So all these towns are blended together. And if you're looking to make a move to the South County or the five cities, I do recommend looking at all five because the towns are they're so close together. A really good story is I live in Grover Beach. When I drive to the gym, it's about 2 miles on one road on Oak Park Boulevard. When I drive that 2 miles, it's straight. I don't even turn. And when I'm making that straight drive, I do go up and over a hill, but going down that straight road, there are signs that says, "Welcome to Rio Grande, welcome to Grover Beach, welcome to Rio Grande, welcome to Grover Beach," because the towns are all blended together like that. So if you're looking for a great place in Grover Beach, look at Rio Grande too, because the perfect house might be right across the street in a separate town. Just information. Now, when you're looking at the five cities, you'll also notice that there's a difference in prices with those zip codes, but I always suggest turn a blind eye to that and let's look at all of the different areas. So, staying here in San Luis Obispo County. Let's go up north. I keep pointing the wrong way. There we go. Paso Robles, Atascadero, and Santa Margarita. So that is the North County of San Luis Obispo County. A lot of people like to live up there for a number of different reasons. That is red wine country. Of course, they grow some whites up there as well, but the climate up there, still Mediterranean, but it's significantly warmer. So in the summertime, today's a really good example. It's the beginning of August. I'm in Pismo Beach. It's about 70 degrees here. Going up to Atascadero, Paso Robles, and up in this direction, it's only maybe a 45-minute drive, but it's probably 40 to 45 degrees warmer there than it is here. So it changes drastically. If you like to live in the heat, go up north. If you like to live in the cool fog, come down south. You get to choose, but it's really important to me to explain that to people because the last thing that I want someone to do is sell their home somewhere, in Southern California, move up here and buy a house and then say, "Oh my gosh, it gets hot here in the summertime. I didn't know that because I bought in the winter," or vice versa. So make sure you talk to me. We can get in the car. I'll drive you around the area and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Another beautiful thing about San Luis Obispo County is we have the beach, but you can get in the car and you can drive 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you're out in the forest. A little bit farther, you're out at the lake, and you get to choose your different climates. Now, as we move south through the county, we talked about the five cities, and then our southernmost town in San Luis Obispo County is right there. Nope, it's hard to point on this map. There it is. Nipomo. Nipomo. Down there at the bottom. You see Nipomo's at the south end of the county. Nipomo's a cool town. It's getting more expensive. Traditionally, over the past couple of decades, it's been a more affordable place for families to go and live. Now the prices in Nipomo are going up. It's still San Luis Obispo County. It's still very close to the five cities, to San Luis Obispo. And the beautiful thing about Nipomo is it has space to grow. It can grow in all directions. And it's a little bit inland. And so it's very similar to the climate in San Luis Obispo. So it's warm and there's more sun down there. So if you want more sun in the southern part of San Luis Obispo County, You go up to San Luis Obispo or down to Napomo. Now, as we drive farther down south, once we leave Napomo, the next town is going to be Santa Maria. And Santa Maria is also a new county. So that is Santa Barbara County. So we're in northern Santa Barbara County. That's where I work. I only cover down to Lompoc, maybe Santa Ynez. Anything farther south, still give me a call and I'll refer you to a realtor that can help you down there. I'll find you the right realtor for the right town. That's just too far from me. I don't understand that region. I'm not from there, and I don't want to try to represent you in an area that I personally don't understand. But Lompoc, Santa Maria is one of my favorite cities to work in, and that is Santa Barbara County. Now, Santa Maria is a major hub with great shopping and a very diverse population. Well, Lompoc offers a little bit quieter, more affordable option, and it's closer to Vandenberg Space Force Base. So a lot of people, when we switched over from Air Force Base to Space Force Base, we ended up moving, some new jobs and more engineering type jobs coming up here for civilians and for military folk alike. But if you're in the southern part of Santa Maria, that's a place that's called Orchid. So Orchid is really popular. Guadalupe is another town that's down around Santa Maria, and then Lompoc. Those are the towns that are going to feed Vandenberg Space Force Base, and they're really, really popular for people that are moving families to the base. So the base itself, gorgeous place, big giant base, and there's rocket launches all the time, so it's super cool. Keep an eye out for those rocket launches. You can see them from all over the coast. But if you're deployed or you have to move to Vandenberg Space Force Base, if you have a family, you're probably going to want to come up north into Orchid or Santa Maria. That's why it's so popular, or Guadalupe. They're just a little bit bigger. The Space Force Base, again, beautiful, great place in Santa Barbara County, but it's pretty far off the beaten path. So living out there with the family and kids is going to be, not that great for the kids. The kids might not like it that much. Of course, there's pros and cons watching rockets, proximity to the beach, and other items like that. But as far as like sporting events and what's happening for kids, probably going to be coming up north, at least to Santa Maria, if not all the way up into San Luis Obispo. Move. Here's a little checklist for you to get prepared for your move. It's really important that you prepare. So number one, assess your finances. Give me a call. I will connect you with a local mortgage broker. They're going to work really hard for you. They're going to match you up with the right lending opportunity. A broker means that they have different lending opportunities and different loans and different banks that they work with. Another huge advantage of the local mortgage broker is that they are independent contractors. So they don't get paid every Friday or every other Friday. They get paid when they help you close on a property. That's when they get paid. They also want referrals from me and other realtors. So they're more likely to pick up their phone in the evening, on the weekends, and on holidays. And sometimes things really get down to if the person's picking up the phone on the weekend. So let me know. We'll connect you with a local mortgage broker. It's always best to get pre-qualified. That way you know what you can afford, what your budget's going to be, and if you come across the perfect home, if you're either here or we're looking at it via Zoom or other video conference platform, and you say, Bruce, that is the house. We absolutely love it. Let's write an offer. The last thing that I want to do is show you that perfect house in that same scenario. And you say, Bruce, I love it. Let's write an offer. all I have to do is go and get pre-qualified for a loan. Well, during that time that you're getting pre-qualified, there's a good chance that house is going to sell to someone else. Next up on the checklist is explore the communities. I already talked about this before. Come and see me. Please, let's get together at my office. I'll spend as much time as it takes to help you understand the area, because you can live at the lake, you can live by the beach, you can live in the vineyards in the heat, you can live somewhere cool. And we have a lot of different opportunities. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to drive and see it, but it can really affect your lifestyle if you choose the wrong climate, especially if you buy a house in the wrong climate and then find out 6 months later, whoa, I don't like it here. So let's do all of that homework up front, and I will do that with you. I'll do that via Zoom, video, or in person. I prefer doing it in person, but whatever works with your lifestyle, that's what matters to me. So once we've explored the communities and we've narrowed it down to at least a climate and some of the local towns that we want to be looking in, then we're going to start your home search. So the home search, that's up to me. I'm the real estate expert. And I know all the ins and outs about the homes in the different towns where we're going to be looking. So I'm going to set you up on some custom portals through our MLS systems. MLS is a multiple listing service, of which I am a member of two. Pismo Coast Association of Realtors, that shows us all of the properties that are available and coming soon in San Luis Obispo County. And then I call it Flex. It's the Northern Santa Barbara Association of Realtors. That shows us Santa Maria. It shows us Lompoc, Guadalupe, down by the Space Force Base. It's really important to be tied into both. So even if you're only looking in San Luis Obispo County, we still want to set you up on the other MLS. Because again, it's a big state. We have realtors from all over the place. And it's not at all unusual to find a secret gem on the wrong MLS. So some realtors come from, out of town, and they list a house on whatever MLS system they think they're affiliated with, or whatever is appropriate or easy for them, and then they completely miss the main market that they should be after. So we're going to get you set up on two MLS searches. I'm going to show you what is actively available, and probably more importantly, what is coming soon. That coming soon status means that the house is not available. We can't go in and look at it yet. We can't write offers on it yet, but it's going to be here in a couple of days. They always put the date on when it's going to be available. So the market up here, we're in a seller's market, and there's a lot of competition. So anything that we can do to get a leg up and get an advantage over other buyers, I'm going to do that for you. Okay, next up in preparing for the move is planning your logistics, from packing to finding schools and local services. I personally will be your source for information and referrals. So lean on me. I'm here to help. And then the fifth is it's time to embrace your lifestyle. Be ready to trade in that freeway time for long walks on the beach and vineyard tours. And so why work with me, Bruce Carson Realtor from Pismo Beach, California? Well, making a move is a really big decision, and you need a partner that you can trust as a dedicated LGBTQ plus ally and a relocation specialist. I understand the unique needs of families and individuals moving to the area. My team and I are passionate about helping people find not just a house, but a community where they feel safe, welcome, and happy. We're committed to a fair housing in ensuring you have a positive, stress-free experience from start to finish. So it doesn't matter what community you're in, just call, text, or email me. Let's get the ball started.